This is the biggest mistake I see people making when they're not sure whether to stay in or break up from a relationship. Welcome to the channel. My name is Jesse Lyon, a licensed counselor who gives you the psychology behind pop culture. And a little shout out to Mayday over on the Discord server for sending me this video about breakups. I see people make a lot of mistakes when it comes to trying to break up with a relationship and trying to decide whether to stay in or end a relationship. And this video sums it up so well. So thank you to Mayday on Discord for doing that. If you want to join the Discord server and chat with me throughout the week about mental health, dreams, psychology, the link is in the description down below. Let's jump into this because I feel like it's really going to save you from some mistakes. And it's a really, really interesting point.
Yesterday, I told my therapist that sometimes I wish that my ex would have just cheated on me or done something wrong to me so that it would be easier to be mad at him and to just let go.
Genius. Genius, because I see it all the time. People looking for an excuse to leave a relationship, but they feel bad, right? You know, breaking up from a relationship is not like generally an enjoyable experience unless you're like a piece of shit, person who enjoys hurting other people's emotions and devastating them in their feelings. But usually we want some kind of justification to do that mean thing, right? We feel like breaking up is mean, and so we're looking for a justification. So a lot of times, and this is what I see most often, a lot of times people will look for a transgression, a wrongdoing on the part of their partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, so that way they can be justified in doing that mean thing by leaving. Girl, you don't need any justification to leave the relationship. If it's not working out for you, you can leave just waking up on a Tuesday morning to be like, you know what? I'm not happy. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. And so talk with your counselor. Make sure that you're not projecting some stuff and you're not making a hasty choice out of no reason. But I see people stay in relationships for far, far too long when they're not happy because there hasn't been a big blow up or a big fight for them to leave. We think about it like the movies. You want some kind of big blow up, some kind of big argument so you can throw all your shit in the bag and be like, that's it. We're over. But a lot of times relationships aren't like that. We just don't feel challenged by our partner. We just don't feel supported by our partner. We just don't feel like they're growing at the same rate that we're growing. We just don't feel like they're keeping up with us or that they're satisfying those needs that we have in a relationship, which it's good to have needs. We're supposed to have needs in a relationship. And so it may just be time to go. And a lot of times manipulative and bad partners, not bad partners, but partners that maybe aren't healthy for you. Maybe they're good for somebody else. They won't have a challenging conflict that bubbles up. Maybe they're very passive. Maybe they're just not very like engaged in the relationship and you're feeling that. You're feeling that disconnect, the loss of passion and fire. And you've tried to bring that spark back, but it's just not there. There probably won't be a big conflict in order to leave the relationship. And so you just have to choose to leave on a day that's right for you. Now, here's the two ways that I see this going wrong. This is so interesting. The two ways that I see this going wrong are one, they will invent some reason that their partner is mean and that they should leave. And so I hear this all the time. Well, they were emotionally cheating on me. I don't even know what that means. What, they had a really good best friend that was like the gender that you are? That's making something up. Was it an agreed upon thing in the relationship that they're not supposed to have friends? Like that doesn't make any sense. But people will do that. It'd be like, "Oh, well, they emotionally cheated, so I'm justified in leaving." Girl, you were justified in leaving without needing to say that they emotionally cheated on you. Now, I'm not saying that emotionally cheating is right or wrong. I'm just saying like picking and choosing things as justification for leaving. You don't need that. Just be honest because it muddies the relationship and it makes you confused about why you're leaving and it makes them confused about why you're leaving. Now, I'll see the second thing. This is even worse. A lot of times people will sabotage and nosedive their relationships as a way to justify leaving. This is where I see the person who wants to leave doing the cheating because they're looking for a big blow up. So they'll start to treat their partner mean in order to have that big conflict and then in order to initiate the leaving. Don't hurt your partner because you're not satisfied and then sabotage your relationship so you can have a blow up and leave. Just leave. We need to be more open about this. If a relationship's not working out, that's not mean. It's just like it's time to end. So she goes on to explain this and it's beautiful. I think we need to have a greater conversation about this in our lives.
To which she replied something that really resonated with me.
Here we go.
She said, "But Sophia, he did cheat you. He may have not cheated on you, but he did cheat you. He told you one thing, he convinced you of that, and then he went back on his word. Did he not? So he did do something wrong." She was essentially trying to help me realize that that was enough of a reason to let go and to be upset. It was
I don't completely like the phrasing, but I like the idea because even here, we're still trying to find blame. And this is, if there's one thing that you take away from this video that I hope changes your life, it's the need to find fault and blame. Sometimes you get into a relationship and it's just not working out because you two are not the type of people who are compatible and work out together. You need different things. That's okay. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that they're a bad person. It's just time to split. And so you don't need someone who cheated or who is wrong in order to break up. It's okay to break up because it's not working. Like, we need many types of human beings, and sometimes you don't realize that this is not the type of partner that you need until you get into the relationship. That's why we date. We date to see, like, hey, is this going to work out? I need to get a better sense of who you are. It's almost like an interview, right? There's a reason we interview people before we hire them, both for you to figure out the company culture and then for the company to figure out if you're going to be right to fulfill the needs of that role in the job. Relationships are the same thing. Just because you break up doesn't mean that one person was bad. We have to let that go from our thinking.
It was so hard for me to let go because I had convinced myself that he hadn't done anything wrong and that it was okay for me to be upset about that. That really helped me start moving through feelings that I had been avoiding.
Now, I think in her situation, I do think that she was looking for a bigger reason when all of these little reasons of he promised to be this thing for me and wasn't this thing for me, so I need to go, is plenty justification. So again, I'm not saying that like she's wrong here. I'm saying she's absolutely right. But I want to say you can even take this further. And when somebody is not fulfilling your needs and not like being the type of partner that you need, even that is justification enough. And of course, even more so for her, he may not have cheated, but the relationship was based on a faulty promise that wasn't being fulfilled. Plenty enough reason. And so many people waste years and years of their lives staying in a relationship that's just not working out for them and not making them or their partner better. Have you been in a relationship like this? Like, is this kind of stuff resonating with you? I'd love to know in the comments down below. Please put it here. Let's watch the rest of the video, and then I'm curious for your thoughts.
Deciding that they don't want to be a part of your life anymore is enough of a reason to be upset and not like that person anymore.
I love the style of this video. It's like, she just woke up and she's like, "Oh my God, what my therapist said to me the other day, it's all making sense." You ever have that? Like, you wake up in the morning and like the events of the week just all start to click and you're like, "Oh my God, I get it." Hopefully this video was an "oh my God, I get it" kind of moment. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious what your relationship experience is and what do you think is justification? Like, what is good enough reason to leave a relationship? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're there, hit subscribe because it helps share mental health content with those who need it most. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.